As we prepare to welcome 2024, there's a palpable excitement in the air. Many of us are setting our sights high, dreaming of all the things we want to achieve and experience. Often we think that in order to make the coming year fantastic, we need to make big, sweeping changes to our lifestyles. But that's not always the case. Sure, many of us have those grand dreams, perhaps picking up a new language in a matter of days or transforming into someone who's ultra-productive every single moment. And while those are admirable goals, life is not always about making massive overhauls. It's also about the smaller things, the tiny tweaks and adjustments we make in our daily routines. Believe it or not, these seemingly minor changes can have a profound impact over time. They gradually build up, and before we know it, they're influencing our lives in big ways. It's the beauty of the butterfly effect in action. With that in mind, I'd like to share 10 small but impactful habits. These are habits you can start practicing without overwhelming yourself, and they can help make 2024 one of your best years yet. Habit 1. Daily reflection. Every evening before you wind down, take a few minutes to think about your day. What was one new thing you learned? It doesn't have to be something big or groundbreaking. Maybe it's a new word, a fact about a friend, or a lesson from a mistake you made. Now grab a notebook or even just a piece of paper and write down that one thing. It may seem like such a simple activity, and you might even wonder, why bother? But here's the magic. Over time, these daily notes become a record of your growth. As days turn into weeks and weeks into months, you'll begin to see a collection of knowledge and experiences. By the end of the year, if you flip through your notes, you'll see 365 new things you've learned. Imagine that, a whole year of continuous learning and personal growth, all from just a few minutes of reflection each day. It's a small effort, but its effects on your self-awareness and growth can be truly surprising. Habit 2. Write 3 things you're grateful for. Each day, as you navigate through the ups and downs of life, it's easy to get caught up in our worries and challenges. Sometimes, we might overlook the good things happening around us. To shift our focus and remind ourselves of the positives, try this simple activity. Every day, find a quiet moment and think about your experiences. Out of everything that happened, what are 3 things you genuinely feel thankful for? These don't have to be big events or grand gestures. Maybe it's the warm sunlight on your face in the morning, a kind word from a colleague, or even just the taste of your favorite meal. Write these 3 things down, either in a dedicated gratitude journal, a notepad, or even on a sticky note. This practice helps anchor our thoughts on the positive aspects of our life. The beauty of this exercise is in its simplicity. By listing out 3 grateful moments each day, you're training your mind to look for the silver lining, even on tough days. Over time, you'll notice that this small act can uplift your mood and provide a fresh perspective on the challenges you face. By the end of a month or a year, looking back at these lists will be a heartwarming reminder of all the good times and blessings you've encountered. Habit 3. If a task takes 2 minutes, do it right away. As we go about our day, we often encounter small tasks or chores that pop up unexpectedly. These tasks might be as simple as replying to an email, picking up a fallen object, or perhaps even jotting down a quick reminder for later. One very practical guideline to help manage these tasks efficiently is known as the quick task principle. It's straightforward. If you identify a task that will take around 2 minutes or less to complete, then it's generally a good idea to address it immediately rather than postponing it. Here's why adopting this principle can be advantageous. 1. Reducing mental overhead. By taking care of these quick tasks as they arise, you prevent them from lingering in your thoughts. This declutters your mind, helping you to focus on more pressing matters. 2. Gaining a sense of achievement. Even finishing off small tasks can give you a boost of accomplishment. This positive feeling can be a stepping stone, driving you to address more significant challenges head-on. 3. Avoiding a buildup of tasks. Imagine continually pushing off several of these simple chores. Over time, they accumulate and can seem overwhelming. Addressing them promptly prevents this accumulation. So, next time you spot a task that's quick to handle, remember the quick task principle. It's a small change in behavior, but over time you'll notice that your days feel more productive and less cluttered. Habit 4. Say no once a week. In our bustling lives, we often find ourselves inundated with requests, opportunities, and various invitations. Naturally, we may feel the urge to agree to everything, fearing that we might miss out on something important or let someone down. However, there's an underlying wisdom in the practice of consciously choosing to say no or decline an offer at least once a week. This practice of occasional refusal is not about being negative or dismissive, but about valuing our own time and well-being. Every time we say yes, we commit a piece of our finite energy and time. By choosing to decline periodically, we allow ourselves a chance to recharge, refocus, and reassess our priorities. Additionally, this deliberate act of refusal can lead to greater intentionality in our lives. When we say no to certain things, it forces us to be more thoughtful about what we do choose to engage in. It's about emphasizing quality over quantity in our commitments. It ensures that what we commit to aligns with our personal values and long-term goals. Moreover, this practice also nurtures a vital skill: assertiveness. In a world where boundaries can often become blurred, it's essential to clearly communicate our limits and stand our ground. Regularly practicing the art of saying no helps us define these boundaries and be more confident in our decisions. Habit 5. Watch the news less. In today's digital age, we're constantly bombarded with information from every corner. Among these, the news, whether on television, the radio, or online, stands out as a primary source of knowledge about the world around us. While staying informed is undeniably crucial, it's also essential to consider the impact of continuously consuming news on our mental well-being. Constant exposure to the news, especially when it's negative or distressing, can lead to feelings of anxiety, stress, and even fear. Our minds, much like our bodies, need periods of rest and recovery. Continually taking in distressing information without allowing our minds the space to process can leave us feeling overwhelmed and emotionally drained. It's not just about the emotional toll either. Spending excessive time following the news can eat into moments we could use for other enriching activities, such as reading a book, engaging in a hobby, or simply connecting with loved ones. To strike a balance, consider reducing the frequency with which you consume the news. Instead of having it on in the background throughout the day or checking news websites every hour, designate specific times when you'll catch up on the day's events. And when you do engage with the news, aim to diversify your sources to get a more holistic understanding of events. Habit 6. Exercise for a minute when you wake up. Starting your day on the right foot is essential to setting the tone for everything that follows. One simple way to awaken your body and mind is by dedicating a brief moment to physical activity right after you get out of bed. Now, this doesn't mean you need to dive into a full-blown workout routine. Instead, it's about incorporating a short burst of movement to shake off the remnants of sleep and to invigorate yourself for the day ahead. Imagine this. After a long night's rest, your body has been relatively motionless, and your muscles have relaxed. By moving even just for a brief moment upon waking, you're signaling to your body that it's time to get going. This movement can be as straightforward as doing a few stretches, some light jumping jacks, or even just taking a moment to touch your toes. The beauty of this is in its simplicity. You're not trying to break a sweat or set a personal record. Instead, it's about gently waking up your body, increasing blood flow, and kickstarting your metabolism. Over time, you might even find that this small act boosts your mood and energy levels, preparing you mentally and physically for the challenges and opportunities the day might bring. Habit 7. Turn off notifications. In today's digital age, our devices are constantly buzzing, beeping, and flashing with notifications. These alerts, whether from social media, emails, or apps, constantly demand our attention, often pulling us away from our current tasks and activities. At first glance, it might seem like these notifications keep us connected and informed. However, they can often do more harm than good when it comes to our mental well-being and productivity. When you take a moment to think about it, these constant interruptions can be incredibly disruptive. Every time your phone buzzes, your focus shifts from what you were doing to the alert on your screen. This shift, no matter how brief, takes a toll on your concentration. Over time, the accumulation of these distractions can lead to feelings of being overwhelmed, stressed, and even anxious. Moreover, Being perpetually connected means we rarely give ourselves a chance to be present in the moment. With notifications turned on, our devices can easily dictate the pace of our day, taking us on an emotional roller coaster as we react to each new piece of information. This constant state of reactivity can leave us feeling exhausted and scattered. To remedy this, consider turning off non-essential notifications. By doing so, you're taking back control over your time and attention. You decide when to check your messages, emails, or updates rather than being at the mercy of every incoming alert. This simple act of decluttering your digital space can lead to a more focused, calm, and intentional day. Habit 8. Read for 10 minutes a day. In our fast-paced world, taking a moment to slow down can seem like a luxury. One simple yet transformative way to do this is by dedicating a short span of your day to reading. Even if it's just for a few minutes, the act of reading can work wonders for your mind and spirit. When we say read, it doesn't necessarily mean diving into a hefty novel or complex academic paper. It can be anything from a chapter of a fiction book, an inspiring article, a piece of poetry, or even a few pages of a motivational self-help guide. The material doesn't matter as much as the act itself. What's important is immersing yourself in the world of words and letting your mind wander. Engaging in daily reading, even if it's just a brief session, offers a multitude of benefits. First, it exercises your brain, improving cognitive functions and keeping it sharp. Think of it as a mini workout for your mind, much like how a short walk or stretch is beneficial for the body. Furthermore, reading can be a source of relaxation and escape. It's a way to transport yourself to another world, experience different perspectives, or simply detach from the stresses of everyday life. This small daily commitment allows you to break away from the constant influx of digital screens and information overload, giving your eyes and brain a much-needed rest. And let's not forget the knowledge and wisdom to be gained. Every time you read, you're exposing yourself to new ideas, cultures, histories, and philosophies. This not only enhances your knowledge base, but also fosters empathy and understanding. Habit 9. Drink more water. Think of water as the ultimate life elixir. Our bodies are primarily made up of it. Every single cell, tissue, and organ requires water to function optimally. It's the invisible force that keeps our system running, much like oil in a machine. When we don't drink enough water, our body sends out subtle signals. Maybe it's that mid-afternoon headache, a feeling of fatigue even after a full night's sleep, or dry skin that no amount of moisturizer seems to fix. These might be small signs telling you, "Hey, I need more water." Staying well hydrated does more than just quench your thirst. It aids digestion, helps flush out toxins, keeps our skin looking fresh, and even plays a role in regulating body temperature. Moreover, drinking water can assist in weight management. Sometimes our bodies can confuse thirst with hunger. So, the next time you feel a sudden hunger pang, try having a glass of water first. It might just be your body's way of telling you it's thirsty. Now the question arises, how do I make a habit of drinking more water? Start simple. Maybe keep a water bottle by your desk or carry one in your bag. Every time you see it, take a sip. If plain water doesn't excite you, jazz it up. Add slices of cucumber, lemon, or even a sprig of mint. Not only does it add a hint of flavor, but it also makes the act of drinking water feel like a treat. Habit 10. Manage your money. Handling money can be tricky. With so many things to buy and the urge to keep up with the latest, it's easy to get lost. But one of the best things for us is to learn how to handle our money better. In simple terms, looking after your money is not just about counting it. It's about planning for your future, making smart choices, and having the freedom to enjoy life. When we know how to handle our money, we feel more secure and can plan for bigger things. Start by watching where you spend. Even though it seems simple, many of us don't realize how quickly our money gets used up. Whether it's writing down what you spend or using an app, it helps to know where your money goes. You might see that buying coffee every day costs a lot, or that there are subscriptions you're paying for but not using. After seeing where your money goes, make a budget. This doesn't mean you can't have fun, but it helps you decide what's most important. Maybe you'd rather save for a special trip than eat out all the time. A budget helps you reach your goals. Saving is also important. Think of saving as a special treat for your future. This money can help in emergencies, for big plans, or even when you retire. It's always good to have some saved up. Finally, keep learning. Money matters can be confusing, but there's a lot of help available. Books, online guides, or talking to experts can teach you more. The more you learn, the better you'll handle your money. In the grand scheme of things, it's these minute details, these micro habits that shape our days and ultimately our lives. Small steps can lead to significant journeys. So as we embark on the promising path of 2024, let's embrace these tiny habits and infuse our lives with effortless improvements. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe for more amazing content. Thanks for being awesome, and we'll see you in the next one. Until then, keep shining.